Tucson supports one of the nation's largest populations of urban nesting Cooper's hawks. Usually shy forest birds about the size of a crow, Cooper's hawks are not your typical urban species. They are drawn to the city by the abundance of food in the form of doves. Because Tucson has more available water and food than the surrounding desert, 3 species of doves thrive here, including the mourning dove, shown here. While the doves mean plenty of food and support a large population of Cooper's hawks, there's a hidden cost. The doves carry a disease, Trichomoniasis, which is the leading cause of death in young hawks. What if the number of young hawks that die from trichomoniasis is so great that the urban hawks don't produce enough fledglings to sustain the population? If this is the case, Tucson would be what's called a population or habitat sink for Cooper's hawks, and require hawks moving in from outside the city to keep the population going. My name is Bill Mannan, and I have been a professor in the School of Natural Resources for 25 years. Together with my graduate students, I have gathered 14 years of information, including the life stories of banded individuals to help us understand how hawk populations are affected by urbanization. In particular, we wanted to find out if Tucson is a sink for Cooper's hawks. To shed light on this question, we looked at diet, home range size, and disease dynamics in urban and rural hawks. Through the work of graduate student Wendy Estes, we revealed that urban hawks eat many more doves than rural hawks. But it's not just their diet that differs. It seems urban hawks also have access to more food. Urban Cooper's hawks bring in their young twice as much food as rural hawks. Another notable difference between urban and rural hawks is home range size. With another graduate student, Clint Bowl, we found that the average home range size for hawks nesting in Tucson is 65.5 hectares, while rural hawks typically use 400 to 1,800 hectares. It is likely that urban hawks don't have to travel as far to find adequate food. We then began to look at trichomoniasis, the disease carried by doves. A protozoan called Trichomonas gallinae causes trichomoniasis when ingested by nestling hawks. Clint Bowl found that the disease kills about 40% of the young hawks each year, but does not greatly affect adults. The next step was to find out what was really going on with hawk survival in urban areas. Using information gained from monitoring nests and marked hawks, we estimated hawk survival and productivity. Rather than supporting the idea of Tucson as a sink for hawk populations, our work suggests that Tucson may actually be a source. In this scenario, breeding hawks in Tucson are able to fledge enough young to replace themselves, but also enough to allow the population to grow, despite the impact of the disease. Some hawks fledged in Tucson may even move out to the exurban area and support rural population growth. It appears that if young hawks are not killed by the disease, they survive at higher rates than they would outside the city, again because of the abundance of food. Thus, high survival of hawks in their first year offsets the disease-related mortality of nestlings. In the end, it looks like the urban environment is a good thing for Cooper's hawks. Our extensive long-term work is a reminder of just how much information is needed to understand the dynamics of wildlife populations in urban areas. Here at the School of Natural Resources, we believe in answering relevant questions with quality ecological research. As growth continues in southern Arizona, these are the kinds of questions that cannot go unanswered.